Something happened on October the 12th, 1987, that those of us living in Minnesota will never forget. And just the memory of that night reminds me of Thanksgiving. I grew up listening to every Minnesota Twins baseball game. I would take my small transistor radio to bed with me, put my earbud in, and not fall asleep until the game had ended. Among my favorite childhood memories was the time my dad and I drove an hour and a half to Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington so I could see for the first time the players I'd heard about each night on the radio. I was a fan. I had all their baseball cards, and I'd gotten used to a losing team, always hoping but never expecting to have the experience of being a fan of a winning team. Not until I was 31 years old. On October the 12th, 1987, the Minnesota Twins defeated the Detroit Tigers to win the American League Championship. And as the team flew home from Detroit, word spread of a rally at the Metrodome to welcome them home. Now, those who planned the rally thought maybe 17,000 people would show up. I wasn't able to be inside the Metrodome that night, but I was watching from home with my Homer hanky in hand, and as the team entered the Metrodome, not knowing what they were about to encounter, every one of the 60,000 persons who packed the dome was on their feet, cheering like they'd never cheered before, and in our home a few miles from the Metrodome, I was doing the same thing. A wave of gratitude spread across this state. Long anticipated, never really expected. We did nothing to deserve it. And just the memory of that night still makes me grateful. See, gratefulness has the power to change us. Gratefulness means we focus on what we do have. And true gratitude is contagious. And it's our duty to spread it. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, which is our opportunity to do just that. In recent years, the commercial kickoff for Christmas has creeped into the day, and we struggle to live into a traditional Norman Rockwell kind of vision of that day. Someone has said the only thing worse than the family coming together is the family not coming together. And this is the year when many families, for the benefit of each other's health, are choosing not to come together, which may just give us an opportunity to place our emphasis on giving thanks. Now, there's a story from the Bible of a man named Zacchaeus. He was wealthy and powerful and gained that wealth and power by taking advantage of people. He was a tax collector at a time when tax collectors didn't just collect taxes, they forced people to give up much more than their taxes, and it kept the people impoverished. But hearing that Jesus was coming to town, people lined the street to greet the teacher and healer that some were saying was the Messiah. And Zacchaeus, to escape the crowd and still see Jesus, he climbed a tree. Of all the people who gathered to see Jesus that day, the one who got Jesus' attention was the one who needed gratitude the most, even though he was the wealthiest man in town. So Jesus called to the tax collector hidden in the branches of a sycamore tree, "Stop climbing, Zacchaeus, and come down. Stop climbing and come down." And those words changed his life and would change the community around him. In her book titled Gratitude, Diana Butler Bass says, we are like fish swimming in a polluted river. I mean, haven't we all come away from a newscast or a negative posting on Facebook or some snarky comment from another person and felt so small that we would rather hide within the branches of our own metaphorical sycamore tree? I mean, we get used to the toxicity. We may not like it, it may hurt, it may diminish our humanity, but it has become familiar. And we are drowning in all that is wrong with our lives and the world around us. And chances are not very good that even a healthy fish can survive in a poisoned stream. See, I think it's time to make America grateful again. Gratitude is not partisan, exclusive, or even assigned to one religious tradition. It's universal, if we will allow it to be. And it's contagious. Here's how. First, practice. Repeat after me. Thank you. Thank you. Use those words as often as you can with as many people as you can. Begin your day with a thank you to God. Start each meal with a thank you to God. End your day with a thank you to God. Thank you. Second, actions matter. Stop climbing and come down. Live more simply. Focus on needs rather than wants. And help others in the process. And three, find like-minded, like-hearted people, because gratitude is contagious. Practice. Actions matter. Find like-minded, like-hearted people. Thanksgiving is a day to mark humility, forgiveness, and appreciation. And it doesn't have to be just one day. Let's make it a way of living. Let's make America grateful again. May this be a blessed and most grateful Thanksgiving for you. I'm Steve Riches, one of the pastors at Messiah Church in Plymouth, Minnesota, and I'm grateful for this day, the gift of life, that you would listen. God bless you all.